All right, guys, I think we're getting to a pretty good case study here. This 2016 Honda HR-V. Long story short, the engine, the head gasket blew. The car was sitting for 3 years. Put a new engine in it. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. All sorts of weird stuff is happening. Battery tender on the last 3 days. This battery shot. With that being said, let me show you what happens when we go into it and try and start it. It's not good, and I believe some of it is still us. We did fix a fusible link yesterday, where when we hit the high beams, the actual high beams weren't actually coming on. It was just the blue light right there. Fusible link off the battery terminal. We repaired that. It was just a little fracture in it, believe it or not. Sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't, and it would mess with your engine stop-start. So we pushed the stop-start, and if you can hear that, we got some power system issue stuff going on. If you can really hear that, all that wild clicking, and then what is that? Neutral? Park? Swastika? I don't know what that is. We are in park here. I believe now at this point it might be some of our issues. I should be able to just shut that off. I believe some of this is going to be our issue at this point. On these Hondas, G101, ground point 101, or G101, has a big thing to do with this, and I don't know if I want to get you set up on the tripod or not. Probably should. Let me get you set up on the tripod. Let me show you what's going on here. Good. We tried force cranking it with bypassing the relay, with the ignition on, with it clicking like that, and we don't even get a cough out of it. So we know it's not trying to either fire coil packs or fuel injection or anything else. One other thing I didn't even check: do we have a check engine light? Because no check engine light means no computer, which means no happy. Do we have that? So I don't have my foot on the brake. I'm just hitting 1, 2. Do we have a check engine light anywhere? Oh, we do. Yep, right there. So, okay, so the computer does have some life to it, but I don't think it's all the life it actually needs.
The signs are all there.
So one thing I believe I made a mistake with, that I'm gonna fix right now. Like I said, we already fixed this fusible link here. This is an actual fuse, 100 amp. It had a fracture in it, and so we brought it together. We soldered it. This cover comes off. All right, so we fixed that, which got our high beams back. All right, because I was like shooting for the simple stuff. Car's been off the road for 3 years. I don't know what to expect besides we thrown a quote-unquote known good motor in it. I hope it's good. And now we got all these other things to resolve, and I think one of them is a problem I created myself. So what I wanted to show you here, I'm gonna get you on camera here, and I'll get the Fluke up close and personal. So one thing we need, yeah, you guys can see that. We need a known good, where's my other lead here? Not one, Where's the other guy here? There we go. So we need known good grounds to go with, obviously, power. So I go ground on the terminal to, let's say, chassis ground. And we have, that was kind of a crappy one because it's painted. Got 0.2. That's beautiful. And I hope you can see that. That was 0.2 of a thing. Go to engine ground and battery negative. We got also the same thing. 0.1. That's awesome. Now I figured, what's the easiest way to check all our other electronics? The center wires of all these coil packs are a black wire. Okay? Black wire, we just put a little T-pin in just to, give it a little pressure. Watch what happens when I go T-pin to engine ground. 125,000 ohms. How about to battery ground? 126,000 ohms. Superior comfort begins. We're supposed to have that same 0.2 over there. And I think this is where I screwed up. I forgot a bolt. And this ain't something that took me like hours to figure out or anything like that. But let me zoom in. This wiring harness over here is pretty interesting. Where I'm going to try and get all this into the shot. So let me get that down there. Can we see that? Yeah, I can see the OL. This wiring harness is very interesting where if I go off the T-pin again, that center lead is supposed to be a ground, and then go where the wiring harness is supposed to quote-unquote bolt in. Look at that, 0.18. We got an open ground that we need to put a bolt in over there to close that, because don't quote me on it. It's like G101, G102, G103, something like that on these Hondas. Okay, something on these Hondas. All data has a really crappy photo of how G103 works. But when we do an ohm check from here, we get a perfect continuity from our center pin of our ignition coil ground. And we have no coil packs firing off right now. So we need to drive a 10 millimeter bolt, which is like an 8 millimeter thread. Don't quote me on that again. But we forgot it. We got to put it back in. We did our critical stuff, engine mounts, transmission, the torque converter. But we need to get that in. At least start there. We need a good ground from here to battery negative. And then we might have to go from battery positive and see what our battery positive is showing, because we should have good continuity there. There should be I believe, a hot at all times on that. So let's start there. Let's put that in, see what happens. Because like I said, it's not just for ignition coils, it's also for your crank position, your cam position, your there's a solenoid for your cam. All sorts of stuff is very critical off that one ground right there. So that bolt has to be in. You have to have a good ground there. Like I said, I want to say it's G101. So we'll put that back in. We'll see what the car does. Alright folks, so center pin. This is our known good ground to our ground on the battery terminal. We're at pretty much perfect. So we fixed the negative side for for the engine ground here. But we're not out of the woods yet, because I have to not fix anything that's going on the inside when we go to tell the car. Oh, that was the first time it started. Okay. Do we try it again? All right, start and stall. And it finally woke back up. It actually knows that we're in park now. That's good, but it's probably not gonna run nice because I still have a lot of stuff disconnected. But we're running. That's wild. But I still think we still have an electrical problem somewhere that we're gonna have to figure out, because the last thing I want to do is say, hey, the car's good, and then they go to take it, or they even try to leave the driveway and the car is dead in the water.